Greetings there, my fellow sledge searchers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Bandit Slayer. Episode 14, The Search Continues. But here's the EP tools. This is the tool store, and then across the street from the tool store is a general store. There's also, I think, a farm supply store, just one place up from the hardware store. So there's a bunch of points of interest here that could potentially have sledgehammers. I dumped my cigarettes. I only dumped the cigarettes that were in my backpack. My regular cigarettes is still in my inventory. I dumped my spare cigarettes. Please don't be alarmed. Alright. My weight is still bottoming out, so I'll start to eat higher caloric things. That's a lot of nails. Yeah, I'll take all that. I'm also in a place that I probably don't want to come back to more than once. And the reason I say that is like the warehouses that I live near, I can always search them multiple times. That's really no problem at all. I don't want to have to drive here again, right? So I should be a little bit more thorough about what I take. Because coming back here isn't impossible, but it's annoying. Ooh, my water was out. Does this game have a list like it does for the books? It has a list that I made. Speaking of books, I don't believe I have Electrician 4. And we're staring at one here, so let me check. Electricity 4, I don't have. Perfect. Alright, give me 1 second. So here is the list that I come up with. To track all the things that I want to grab. And as you can see, the Electrical 4 book is not one that I had marked down. So I'm going to grab it from here and update my chart to say that I have Electrical 4. Mechanics 3, I also need. Carpentry 1, I already have. Okay, updated the chart for Mechanics 3. So even if there's no sledgehammer here, at least I found some helpful, useful things. I'll take seeds, probably not going to need them. I've been taking nails, but like, I'm sure I have a lot of boxes of nails back in the warehouses. They're pretty low priority. Fishing stuff, I just don't like fishing in this game, so I don't bother with it, even if it's strong. The lights would be a good idea. But on the regular shelves, no sledge. In fact, there's just not a lot of tools, full stop. So, I think this hardware store is a bust. Can I do both? Oh my god. How much weight am I holding? 43? Okay. Definitely don't want to get jumped right now because I'm really encumbered. Fishing has been revamped. It is definitely the easiest way to get, like, lots of calories. The reason I don't like it is it's really positional, right? Like, if you don't live near a river or a pond or something, it's not usable. How old is my screwdriver? Screwdrivers don't typically take damage unless you stab with them. So my screwdriver's fine. I mean, it's got a tiny bit of damage on it, but it's not gonna fall apart anytime soon. Right, putting those books away. And while I'm here, I might as well search the adjacent buildings that could have sledges as well. So I'm going to head to the general store. The general store mostly has food and clothing, and not books. But, you know, that's fine. Oh boy, there's a lot of zombies being me in the general store. Not anyone nails in my pocket? I know. Ooh, sneaking level 2. I wasn't all that eager in pulling out the, well, they aggroed. In pulling out my sledgehammer. Or, sledgehammer. Pulling out my machete, rather. Because I'd rather save it for a rainy day. And this is not a big enough crowd to really warrant that rainy day. But I'm not going to have a backup weapon, so I might just have to. It's not like these guys' butter knife is going to get me anywhere. I could grab that metal pipe. There was a metal pipe in there, true. Yeah, I'll grab that. That'd be a good replacement. It doesn't do as... It's a short blunt, not long blunt. Unless it's the other type of metal pipe. There's like 3 types of metal pipes. Alright, this metal bar, yeah, that will do. These are short blunts, and the metal bar, I think, is a long blunt. So this is the general store with food. Actually, I'm going to go to the farming store first, because the farming store is more likely to have the sledgehammer than the general store. The general store is like more of a supermarket. More of like a Target type store. So this is the fresh produce section, but there is like some non-fresh produce stuff, more farming stuff in here. Oh, not in the bakery part though. Everything's probably spoiled. Yeah, rotten. There's some things that don't rot, like cookies. So, I'll be a cookie thief. Cookies and... I don't know. There's some other produce, that's fine. Wait, I thought I could get through here. I guess I can't? Okay. Might as well eat the cookie now. Character's kind of hungry and losing weight. So these bad boys require electrical 3. These large modern ovens. And then I think most of the boxes back here, they're boxes of like canned goods. I wouldn't mind stocking up on canned goods, but they're not tools. I'm not likely to find any tool. I also hear zombs. I don't really need garbage bags. I've got all the water on my roof that I'm likely to ever require already. This section is all, like, fresh produce. So it's gonna entirely be spoiled. Be good for, if I was trying to compost, but I don't need to compost that badly. Taking a little damage from all the weight. Ooh, more coffee. Hey, that's a find. And then one building to my southwest is a, like a rural supply store. So apart from that farm I had mentioned, the rural supply store is my best bet in town, I think. Let me double check the map here. So we've got doctor's office, a church, a bookshop, a police station, a bar. Yep. I'd like to get to the general store as well as the rural supply. I'm going to bring the canned goods back to the car now. And then hit up the rural supply. Do you make noise when you're searching crates? No. A lot of the, like, audio cues that the player gets to indicate that you're doing stuff isn't audible for the zombies. It's just to let you know that your character's, like, interacting as feedback. Can you harvest seeds in this game from crops? Yes. Crops have different phases of growth depending on the crop. But the second to last phase is the fruiting phase, and the last phase is the seeding phase. So you can get seeds, meaning that if you have enough seeds just to start the plots, as long as you take care of the crops and harvest them before they rot, and make sure they don't succumb to diseases, you'll get more seeds than you put into the ground. So it doesn't take much to have a perpetual farm. Was my trunk full? No. Why didn't the dried white beans move? That's weird. I said transfer all and it just kind of stopped. Although, don't transfer the metal bar. I'm going to want that. I'm a little... Okay, the winded alert went away. I'm sure these zombies are going to follow me a little bit. I just didn't want to have to crawl over again. Because being close to your vehicle is safer. In case you need to run away. There's a leather jacket I want to grab. I guess later. So I've seen that there's been a lot of people running into sort of Twitch bugs lately. So if there's weird things bugging out, it's a system-wide issue. And it's been on and off like that for like the last 24 hours. Just to let you know. So if you're like, hey, that's weird, chat's not showing up or something like that, it's a known issue. So here's farming and rural supply. I would say the last best chance at a sledgehammer in town. There still might be some, you know, like a random garage, but searching every garage in town is going to be brutal. Brutal and not all that reasonable. Let's see if I can't open rather than dismantle. Nope. Gonna have to dismantle. Damn knives! Thank you for the reset. Whoop. Not dismantling that right now. Oh, there goes the crowbar. Honestly, as good a time as any. Here, lady, you can have my broken crowbar. Let's try that again. Now there's also like a little tool shed here too. I am running low on time, and I did mention I wanted to get home soon because there was known power disruptions. In fact, I can't turn on the light switch. So power's gone, I think. Farming 3. I do need that. I'm not going to worry about the seed packets. Now, these are guns over there. I'll probably want to hit them up. Still looking for tools first, though. Like, if I could get a garden fork, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I think there was a loud thunk that happened. Oh, yeah, here's a garden fork. And the loud thunk indicated the loss of power. Okay, I'll be using a garden fork now instead. Hit up the rest of these boxes. And then bail. Because my steaks back home are thawing, and I don't like that. Farming 4. So I just picked up farming 3. I guess I will need farming 4 as well. Oh, there was farming 5. Alright, I'll check next door for the tools in the toolbox. Or tool shed. No, I won't. Too many zombs. There's only like a few boxes back there, so it's not worth the effort. Oh! There is a bandit base, I think is... I'm assuming that icon? I don't really know these icons, to be honest. Because they're brand new. But I think it's a bandit's base. Oh yeah. Well, considering they're firing guns at me, I'm gonna say that that's likely. So, I don't really want to get shot by guns, so I'm gonna bail on that area. The excursion's not yet over, though. There is still that farmhouse with the tool sheds that I mentioned that, could possibly have, do I turn up here? That could possibly have sledges, so the prediction's still active for now. Yeah, I turn up here. So I'm gonna head over to the farmhouse, which is, kind of to my north. And then if that doesn't have any, I am going to resolve that prediction. Do bandit shooting pull the zombies their way? I don't know. Questions about the bandits, I pretty much can't answer because the mod updates so frequently and doesn't really have a change log that is accurate, that it would only be anecdotal answers, not necessarily factual ones. Sorry, I could hear him chewing up his paws. Need to keep the little one safe. Getting a little drowsy. I did pick up a whole bunch of new vitamins, so I'm going to take some vitamins so I'm not drowsy coming into this. Don't want to be drowsy on arrival, right? It looks pretty empty here. Looks calm, which is odd. I'll leave it running. Hey, you. Nothing in the first shed. I might want those gas cans. And I'll sweep through the house. Not that the house is likely to have sledges, but maybe it has food or something. Or lovely lamps for me to disassemble for experience. G'day, thank you for the resub. That diamond patterned sweater that you saw was a sweater vest? Not a full sweater. Man, everything is so much quieter without power running. What's on the counter? Or on the ground? I want 2 pots. Alright, so we, no sledge. So we have our answer. This was a sledgeless trip. Time to resolve that prediction. The no's have it. Question for you all. What to do next? I can continue the search for the sledge, or do something else. If you want me to do something else, just vote. Vote with your numbers. And I'll leave this up for a bit, because I still need to get home. Can't believe I got shot at by a bandit hillbilly guarding a building. Alright, so going in reverse, when I see the T intersection on the left, I take it. Cheers. And then we'll drive past the country club and its fences and all its people. Also, why am I encumbered? Oh, picked up the cooking pot. Actually, Oh, army bag? No, that's not the good bag. That's just the bag I have. If it wasn't drowsy, I'd get out and kill them to see what else they have. But I'm drowsy and don't really want to take a fight. Oh, the other thing is, how was my prediction for the map? I was close. I was like a block away, but I was pretty far away from my original prediction, so. Got it. Alright, that's the bridge. And then I'm driving straight past, and I'm taking my second right, essentially. So not the right that goes into the country club, which will be in the middle of this wrought iron fence section, but the one thereafter. So there, you on the right, you see some of the country club homes. Hey, Nep, thank you for the resub. You hope the internet problems have sorted out? They might have. It's too soon to say, because it was an intermittent problem. So only after, you know, a few weeks of streaming of no incidences can I say, yeah, it's probably resolved. Maybe not in a few weeks, maybe just a week. Nothing like playing car ballet, so I don't hit these guys. So here is the country club right, and then the next right is my home. Reminds me, I need to actually buy a sledgehammer IRL. Alright, let's open up the map. So I'm here. So I just take the sort of slightly diagonal road all the way back. I can also probably mark down that the hardware store has been searched. The farm store, the rural supply, those three I hit up. So we'll cross them off. Future excursion list. So it looks to me like you guys want me to continue searching for the sledge. So there's a bunch of different options to search. And I'm going to have you polled on them. So, option number one. This would be a little easier if I was home, but option number one is to head to an adjacent city. The nearest city to Riverside is the one I just headed to, more or less. And anywhere further is going to require twice as much driving. So, here you can see the other cities, right? So there's Muldra that has warehouses. So these black buildings here are warehouses. This might be the easiest one to get to because it's the northern tip of Muldra. So I would drive basically back more or less to where I was. But instead of taking the turn down, I would continue driving along this road into Muldra, getting myself to the warehouse. It's not going to be a single day trip. I should also point out, right? Like anywhere I go, because this took about a full day. So this is like a day there and a day back. So it's a longer trip. So there's Muldra. There is also I guess I could also do. So I could do Doe Valley. Well, yeah, I could do Doe Valley or Riverside. So I could come down here and That's a car repair place. What is actually in Rosewood? Rosewood is a bad option, I think. Rosewood has a single hardware store, if I recall correctly. No, does it even? I don't think it even does have a hardware store, right? The firehouse isn't likely to have sledgehammers. They're likely to have fire axes. So, yeah, Rosewood is honestly just a bad call. Yeah, and then Rosewood School isn't going to have any. So maybe West Point would be the other place to go, potentially. West Point doesn't have a lot of warehouses. You'd have to get out to Valley Point for warehouses. And then there's also the Muldra, like McCoy warehouses too. They don't have a ton of boxes, but they're a possibility. So the possibilities here. So this is Muldra warehouses. McCoy is roughly just northwest of Muldra, very, very close. Or West Point. I think those are likely the most likely places to find them. So where to, whoops, caps lock. Where to look for a sledge. So we've got McCoy. We've got Muldra warehouses. Or West Point hardware. So West Point also sports a hardware store. It does have warehouses in the far section, you know, because these are color coded, right? So the black buildings over here is a large warehouse. It's just not a large warehouse that I think is likely to have a sledgehammer, because it's not a warehouse that has a lot of boxes. It's mostly a warehouse of like equipment. But there is a hardware store in the heart of West Point. Right? Isn't there? Man, my memory. Yeah, there's a hardware store. I think it's this blue building. Just West Point is kind of a populated town, but so is Muldra. I mean, all the places that are potentially getting pulled here are like fairly populated. Whoa, I almost hit that telephone pole. Dang, got lucky. So yeah, if you want me to look for a sledge, everywhere possible to go at this point are kind of higher stakes, and there aren't any good answers because all of the easier locations I've already combed over and picked clean. Actually, there is one more thing that I want to add. Local garage self-storage. I take it back. So sorry for making you vote twice, but it's possible that the local garages and self-storages in and around Riverside could have it. I'm not saying it's likely, because garages typically don't have sledgehammers, but like there'd be a lot less risk involved because I would not have to drive so far. So it's the lower chance, but lower risk. So mayhaps it's worth it. Now, in terms of self-storage, the main self-storage here is looted, but not these ones. Not that I think they have them. But yeah, there's still the antique stove over there. You know what? No, I'm actually... I am going to maybe grab the stove. Wait, how did my seriously aim? My backpack phase through the world into the ground here? I was trying to put the backpack in the passenger seat so that I could grab the antique stove. No, it's too heavy. Never mind, I'll have to grab it later. And the backpack just like fell out of the car. 'Cause physics. Thing is, if the trip wasn't fruitful for wasn't actually fruitful for for the sledgehammer, I sure walked away with a lot of other stuff. That could have been worse. I threw my backpack out the window? No, I did not, because my window was rolled up. The game now has a concept of rolled up and down windows. So if your window is rolled up, you can't throw things out of the car. Like, it used to be, like, if you wanted to empty out your glove box, getting into a new car, you could just, like, throw everything on the ground, like, through the door. But that isn't how the game works anymore. You actually have to roll down the window. So the fact that my backpack fell out from under the car doesn't make any sense, because it's not supposed to do that. Oh, wow. Everything but the floodlights. Nice. Okay, so you guys want me to search locally for it. Got it. Oh, you know what? Shoot. Before I even bother going to put this stuff away, I need to turn the power on. It'd be interesting if the Bandit mod was coded in such a way that once you lose power, if you power up your building, it like... Obviously that would be a lot harder to code, but you would be more attractive as a raid target because it's clear that like someone is surviving in there, making you, you know, targeted by the bandits. That'd be a really cool feature, so that you could potentially evade the bandits if you kept your power off intentionally. You wouldn't even really need to wait until the power's off for that. It would just ramp up the difficulty if you kept your lights on when power isn't running. That'd be a neat little feature to code in. But there was, I was looking at the like changelog recently, and there was a little update where the types of bandits that spawn more heavily now depend based upon your region. So if you're in the woods, you're going to get like hunters, whereas if you're in the cities, you're going to get like road blockers, stuff like that. All right, new crowbar. Garden fork away. I might want to combine my vitamins. I'll drop the gas cans on the floor here to remind me that I have empty cans that need filling. Kind of probably a messy way to do it, but whatever, it works for me. I still have more stuff in my backpack, some of which needs chilling. Looks like the stuff that was in the freezer did thaw out, so we have like melted ice cream, but it didn't spoil because it wasn't it wasn't unrefrigerated for very long. I think, other than this peanut butter, which I'll just eat now, no, still have the newspapers. It's good that I caught... I mean, I would have noticed the loss of power, certainly. But it's good that I caught the message ahead of time. Because it would have been tempting to maybe stay out there and keep searching. But knowing that I had to come home was helpful. Alright, I think we're good. Put everything away. I feel like I forgot something. So we did the... We did the generator. I emptied the truck, except for the floodlights. I could do the floodlights tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Bandit Slayer, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 29. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow vigilantes.